Papers. Get back to, no.
It's closer and closer.
I'm getting worried, Mayor, you showed up after me tonight. That never happens. I'm supposed to be the last one here. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's it. The first time for everything.
Yep.
Go for it.
15 seconds.
At this time, we'll call the annual meeting in New Ulm City Council for Tuesday, January 7th, 2020, 4:30 p.m. to order. First item on the agenda is your consent agenda items.
I'll move it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on any? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 2, annual appointments of the city council.
Okay, I do have one item. I did talk to the mayor yesterday. Last year, I actually was on the CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, and this year, our term of appointments and whatnot, they have the mayor, Boyceman, being appointed to it. I mean, if the mayor would like to do it, he can do it, but I would take it again if we deem so. That's the only thing I see on there.
I would go back and look to the record of your work. So yeah, I think you should continue.
That's the only change to it.
Anybody don't want any? There's a couple missing tonight. You can delegate them?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
And so am I with that one change.
All right.
So with that, with this one minor change, I'll motion to approve the 2020 appointment to the city council.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 2.2, 2020 appointments by the mayor. Mr. Boyceman.
They're all listed here, and there's a couple of them that have not been filled, and it's a little bit hard to fill some of these. In case you've been checking on with, looking at some of the things that you guys get to look at. Some of them are very, very difficult, but we're going to continue to try to film.
Okay. Sounds good.
With that, I'm going to offer the confirmation of the 2020 appointments of the mayor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 3.1, temporary on-sale liquor permit for the New Ulm Farm City Hub Club, and that's for January 27, 2020.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 4.1, a report from officers and boards and committees. Consider a preliminary plat for the Milford Heights 3rd edition. Mr. Schnoberg.
Dave Schnurbeck, Community Development Director. Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the preliminary plat at its December 19th meeting. Just want to emphasize that this is a preliminary plat. We have yet to come back with the final plat for City Council approval. The applicant is Al Paler on behalf of S&P Development LLC. The property is generally located east of Waraju Drive, south of Beinhorn Street, and north of 5th North Street, County State Aid 27. This property was originally platted in 2017 as Milford Heights 2nd Edition. That plat established 7 lots in this location, and those 7 lots were to be occupied by row houses or townhomes. The new plat would reduce the number of lots from 7 to 4, and on those 4 lots would be 2 twin homes. So we're going from 7 units to 4 units. The twin homes are a permitted use in the R3 zoning district. Utilities to serve the 7 lots are located in Warju Drive. They also have, the services have been extended into those 7 lots as well. The conditions that the Planning Commission recommended were 1, to pay the platting fee of $270, 2, to provide an electronic file of the plat, 3, to determine the status of 3 unused utility services located in Warju Drive, and we have a meeting pending to address that particular issue. And so by the time of consideration of the final plat, it's my hope that we'll have that matter resolved. Because we have 3 services now that aren't going to be used that are to the property line. 4 was the need for 0 setback variances. In discussions with the city attorney, it's been determined that those variances are necessary, so the applicant will need to apply for those. And the 5th had to do with the need to amend the development agreement, and the city attorney has indicated that that will not be necessary. So that concludes the report.
Thank you, Dave.
I'm just going to add from the Planning Commission, had no issues with it, you know, as long as it met the conditions, and we're all in favor of it, so. So with that being said, I'm going to recommend approval of preliminary plot of Milford Heights 3rd edition with conditions.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 4.2, variance request from Donald Sanderson. Don?
Good evening, John Isley, planner. This variance application is to allow a detached storage building to be located 3 feet from a side property line. The applicant is Don Sanderson, with the property owner being DJ Sanderson LLC, and it's located at 1600 North Broadway. Currently, the zoning district this property sits in is the B2 Service Business District. And it's B2 to the north, the south, and the west, and then R2 single and 2 family residential to the east or behind this property. Currently, the site's being used as an office. and the kind of the description of what the variance is about is the property owner has placed a 12 by 20 pre-manufactured storage building on his property 3 feet from the north property line and then 10 feet from the existing building to the south. The purpose of this building is to house his property maintenance equipment, lawnmower, snow blower, shovels, that type of thing. State building code that requires that if there's a detached structure to be placed closer than 10 feet from an existing building, 1 hour fire protection needs to be placed on both the new building and the existing building. Additionally, state building code requires that if it's to be placed closer than 5 feet to a property line, 1 hour fire protection needs to be on that side of the building abutting that property line. So the applicant, to meet the setback of greater than 10 feet from the existing building, moved it closer to the side property line, putting it 3 feet from that side property line. Additionally, our city code requires that there is a 10-foot side yard setback from that property line, so he is asking for a reduction in 7 feet from that code requirement. The new storage building is on skids and could be moved if necessary. The reason he put it in this location is because that property consists of a large parking lot on front facing Broadway. That's for customer parking. And also, he explained in his variance application that there's sight lines and trouble with sight lines at that intersection, and he wouldn't want to put a building that would cause any kind of safety issues in that part of his property. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of this application with one condition, and that condition being that the applicant place a 1 hour fire protection on the side of the new building abutting the side property. Our office currently has not received any calls or concerns regarding this application.
Thank you. Any questions, concerns?
Planning Commission, we had no issues with it. In the past, there was a storage shed there that was granted about 10 years ago for a different business at one time. That shed was removed, and the property owner spoke on behalf of it, and he's just trying to do his own maintenance for his buildings. So we didn't see any issues with it, and he knows that he has to put the fire barrier in.
With that being said, I'll approve with the one condition.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you, John. Old business, item 5.1. Renew the terms of a collective bargaining agreement with the AFSCHE.
All right, Shauna Boomgarten, Human Resources Director. So this was brought back to you last meeting. We found that Minnesota state statute requires that we have President's Day off. We had to table it. We discussed with the union if they would swap President's Day for Good Friday. They have agreed to that, and they are fine with that. Otherwise, there's no other changes to the contract.
Thank you. Any questions? Concerns?
No question. Since we had cleaned it up from the last time, I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you, Shauna. Item 6.1, New Ulm Fire Department donations.
Since we're hearing sirens, I'll offer the resolution, waive the reading to accept a donation of $1,000 from Sylvia Ofterheide.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Resolution.
Oh,
Resolution.
Sorry. Finance Director, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
President Schmitz?
Yes, motion carries. Item 6.2, Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities Environmental Action Fund. Dave?
Okay, this is a payment that the city has been making since 2016, so this would be the 5th year. Last year, our contribution amount was, for the city, was $2,369.50, so we had $300 reduction this year. We share this expense with the Public Utilities Commission. The purpose of the contribution is to monitor regulations to ensure that they are sound, reasonable, and effective.
Thank you, Dave. Anybody have any questions, concerns for Dave?
No, I don't have any issues with it.
Okay.
With that being said, I'd offer a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 6.3, Public Work Replacement Equipment Fund. Have it in front of us. I don't know, anybody need a explanation on it? We have the gentleman here that can do that for us.
These are all in the budget too for 2020.
There,
so.
okay.
Okay.
That's the comment I was gonna make. So with that, authorize the city manager to prepare specifications, secure bids or quotes, or use the state bid contracts to acquire the following equipment, plan for replacement in the 2020 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion approved. Item 6.4, approved the MnDOT agreement number 1033668.
Mr. President, City Councilors, this MnDOT grant agreement is for the installation of a lights and gate crossing at the railroad crossing at Boundary Street. Total anticipated cost is around $234,000, and the city share will be 10% of that cost for about $23,000.
The one question that maybe the city engineer just wants to let the general public know, we've got all kinds of other railroad crossings in New Ulm, why this one was chosen and why these funds really aren't used for those other crossings. If you can just let them know that.
Sure. Mr. President, City Councilors, this crossing was identified by the state. They have a report, a rail grade crossing safety project selection report, and this crossing was identified as one that scored in the zone where improvements would be needed. And the state receives about $6 million from the Federal Highway Administration annually for projects of this nature to fund all over the state. So obviously, when you look at the cost of a gate crossing and compare that to the $6 million that they get, there's not a whole lot of work that can be done annually. So, and of that $6 million, about 25 to 50% is used for grade crossing control, such as the one at Boundary Street. So this program ranks the crossings, and if a crossing has a crash history where it ranks bad enough, then we are eligible for the funding with the grant funding, and we were fortunate to receive it for fiscal year 2021, federal fiscal year 2021.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions, concerns?
I have none, so I'm going to offer the resolution for the city of New Ulm to enter in the agreement, number 103-36-668 with Dakota, Minnesota Eastern Railroad, Canadian Pacific, and the Commissioner of Transportation for a new signal system.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to offer the resolution, waived reading. Any more discussion? Seeing none, Finance Director, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
President Schmitz?
Yes, motion carries. Item 6.5, Nicola County State Highway 37 snow removal agreement.
Mr. President, City Councilors, this is a yearly agreement that we need to renew with Nicollet County for city forces to do the snow removal on CSAT 37 from the Minnesota River Bridge out to Highway 14. The past couple years, we have not had this agreement due to MnDOT using that as a detour route, and they were responsible for maintenance and snow removal. So now that the detour is removed, it's time to renew this contract with Nicollet County, and it was increased by $10 per month from the last agreement that we had.
Motion to approve the Nicollet County 37 snow removal agreement dated January 7, 2020.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 7.1, reports of claims. Accept a list of claims paid in the amount of $124,230.20, and a list of claims to be paid in the amount of $714,914.66.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on any? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. With no more business, meeting adjourned. Put that on your record, Audra.
That was astonishing.
Only 2 minutes off, Charlie.
The longest meeting of the year.